Hey, welcome to Adventure Aquarium. My name is Travis. I'm a senior biologist here. I've been here for about 6 years, been in the industry for about 12, and during those years, my pretty much favorite thing in the entire world is coral. Live, eat, breathe, sleep coral. But some of you may be wondering, what is coral? Or maybe have never even heard of coral. Coral is actually, it's kind of a common misconception. A lot of people first see it, and they may think it's a plant or something like that, because it doesn't really move or like walk around in the water per se, like maybe a fish would swim or like we would walk on land and things like that. But it's actually an animal. It's known as a sessile animal, or something that doesn't really move. But then there's also plant-like structures that live within that animal, and they actually use the sunlight to help make food. And then in that exchange there, that symbionts, that plant-like entity, we'll call it, gets structure and basically a house to live in, gets protection. So you might be asking, why is coral important? Why should I care about coral? Think of coral as like the rain, or coral reefs at a broader picture, as like the rainforests of the oceans. Majority of the species or biodiversity in the ocean actually live in coral reefs. They're dependent on coral reefs. So for example, say you have like a little shrimp and that's living in the coral, using that as a house, and then you have a little fish that's also there and it eats that shrimp. And then there's bigger fish that are right off of the coral reefs, they're gonna eat that fish. And then out in the ocean, there's bigger sharks that might be eating that bigger fish. So big fish eat small fish, which in turn use those corals for a home. So if corals aren't there, those fish are gonna lose their homes. They're also a huge importance to ecotourism. So a lot of divers, that's what they want to see. They want to go see the cool looking coral reefs and all that color, all that fish life that's dependent upon those coral reefs. Here in New Jersey, you can't really go off the coast and see coral. You'd have to go all the way down to Florida to really see it. But while you're here at the aquarium, there's two places you can see it. You can see it up in Kids Zone in our interactive inlet area, where we have some Indo-Pacific corals, or corals that are found mostly by like Australia, Indonesia, over on that part of the world. The other place you can see it is right behind me. You can see that on our behind the scenes tour.